The show is one of the hottest new shows out there for this fall. It's Journeyman, and it's on tonight on NBC. And on the line with us, he plays Hugh Skillen, the newspaper boss of the star of the show. It's Brian Howe. Good morning, Brian. How you doing?
Hey, how are you, man?
I am doing great. Now, I know you have to be just so excited about the success so far of Journeyman. Tell us about your character a little bit, Hugh, on the show.
We're way excited, and I play Kevin McKidd plays the lead character, Dan Vassar, and I'm his boss. I'm his editor at the San Francisco Register, our fictional paper, which even in fiction is having a hard time. I kind of wish I could have a more successful fictional newspaper, but it provides a lot of conflict if it's actually struggling a little bit. But I don't know anything about my character. I don't know anything about this time-traveling, quality my lead reporter has suddenly developed. All I know is he suddenly starts coming to work with some very interesting stories and some very interesting sources, etc. Tonight, he travels back to San Francisco hours before the '89 quake.
Yeah.
And he finds himself tracking the life of what seems to be a degenerate gambler.
Wow.
And when he pops back to the present, he does research on the guy and finds out nothing special ever happened to him, but one of the victims of the quake was my character's sister.
Huh. So it all starts to tie back around.
So when he goes back, he's wondering, well, why do I have to help this guy I don't even like? I should be helping my friend's sister avoid certain death in the quake, and maybe I can start making some calls and warn people there's a quake coming. So he's got a full plate tonight.
Well, and looking at your at your IMDb here, it is a mile long, to say the least. You've worked with seriously all the legends in Hollywood, from Will Smith, Denzel Washington, Robin Williams, Tom Hanks, all the way to the new hot stars, Steve Carell. What attracted you to this project, though, going back on TV with such a successful big screen career? What about this project really turned you onto it?
The people behind it, and also reading the early draft of the pilot script, but the people behind it, guys like Kevin Falls and Alex Graves, they're not famous to America, but they're responsible for hit shows like The West Wing, and Sports Night, smart shows that were also really entertaining. And that kind of pedigree, you kind of want to latch onto if you can get involved.
Right.
So the chance to audition came up, and I jumped at it, and I got to meet Kevin right away. And we hit it off, and I guess I did something right in the audition because he wanted to keep me around. So thank you to Kevin.
Well, and of course, you said talking about tonight's episode, it deals with the San Francisco earthquake from nearly 20 years ago, I guess now. Wow, it's been that long. Now, I know big events like that, you remember where you were. So when you guys were shooting this, I guess you guys told some stories about, I remember where I was when this happened. Where were you at when the quake happened?
Where was I? The '89 earthquake.
Yeah.
I must have been in Boston, Massachusetts.
Wow.
I was working as an actor in in Boston, and I was doing a play there called Sheer Madness, and it was a raucous, wacky comedy, and it's always a challenge, because you've got to do 8 shows a week, no matter what.
Yeah.
It's a challenge to go on stage doing a wacky comedy when all over the news is this tragic event. So that's where I was at the time.
Well, now are you an East Coast guy at heart, or are you more of a West Coast guy?
I grew up on the East Coast. I grew up in Rhode Island.
Yeah. Tiny
little Rhode Island, and spent a lot of time in Boston and in New York. And I moved out here to L.A. in '99. Wow.
So do you get back home much? Do you get back to the East Coast for much?
I do, yeah. Mom and Dad are still in Rhode Island, so and my brother and his wife and kids, so I get back as often as I can. It's usually not more than 2 or 3 times a year.
It's a beautiful time, I guess, to get back up there this time of year, to the New England area.
This is a great time to get up there. It's gorgeous.
Now, what do you like to do in your spare time when you're away from the set? What else do you like to do? You a sports guy, an outdoors guy? What do you do for fun?
I live here in Los Angeles with my lovely girlfriend, and we have 2 dogs that we rescued 2.5 years ago, and they're 2 rambunctious lads, and we enjoy taking them up to the local park, and there's trails and all that kind of stuff, so everybody gets a good workout doing that. and I'm a rather voracious reader.
Yeah.
And I guess, whenever I can catch time to do some swimming, I'm more of a swimmer. I was never good with anything with a ball. I just, I can throw the thing, but I don't know where it's going to land.
Well, there you go. Well, that's why I like to watch it, and I don't play it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
so
easier,
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's easier to watch than play. Well, you said you're a big reader. What's on your nightstand right now? Give us some recommended reading from Brian Howe.
Right now is an incredibly creepy book called The Ruins.
Yes.
By Scott Smith. Mm-hmm. And it was one of those things that I saw. I never pay attention to magazine ads, for books.
Right.
So I just kind of jumped out at me, and it had all those great blurbs on the ad from people like Stephen King and all these, major, your major newspaper and all the rest of them and stuff.
Right.
And I thought, well, they can't all be wrong. So I picked it up kind of, just on that, and it's literally it's a get under your skin and creep you out kind of book. It's a really fun read.
Very cool. We may have to check that one out then. Now, I see we got Oprah's book club. We got Brian Howe's book club now. I like it. I like it a lot. Hey, well, we look forward to seeing you tonight on Journeyman. Seriously, it has become one of my new favorite shows and must-see TV on Monday night for sure. It's a fun show. It's a different show, especially it's a different spin on a sci-fi type concept.
Yeah.
And it is definitely tonight. Looks like there's going to be some big-time explosions, some big bangs.
Oh,
and,
you got a full plate tonight.
And we look forward to it. Brian, thank you for taking some time out for us. I know you're a busy man and coming on and hanging out with us a little bit this morning here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Continued best of luck to you. We look forward to seeing you tonight on Journeyman on NBC.
Thank you very much. I had a great time.
Thank you so much. That's Brian Howe. He's on Journeyman tonight, 9 o'clock local right here in Bowling Green. Journeyman, check it out. Very cool stuff. We're Sam 100.7.